Reading through the Bible, Exodus 23, laws of justice and mercy. Do not spread false reports. Do not help a wicked man by being a malicious witness. Do not follow the crowd in doing wrong. When you give testimony in a lawsuit, do not pervert justice by siding with the crowd, and do not show favoritism to a poor man in his lawsuit. If you come across your enemy's ox or donkey wandering off, be sure to take it back to him. If you see the donkey of someone who hates you fallen down under its load, do not leave it there. Be sure you help him with it. Do not deny justice to your poor people in their lawsuits. Have nothing to do with a false charge, and do not put an innocent or honest person to death, for I will not acquit the guilty. Do not accept a bribe, for a bribe blinds those who see and twists the words of the righteous. Do not oppress an alien. You yourselves know how it feels to be aliens, because you were aliens in Egypt. For 6 years you are to sow your fields and harvest the crops. But during the 7th year, let the land lie unplowed and unused. Then the poor among your people may get food from it, and the wild animals may eat what they leave. Do the same with your vineyard and your olive grove. 6 days do your work, but on the 7th day do not work, so that your ox and your donkey may rest, and the slave born in your household and the alien as well may be refreshed. Be careful to do everything I have said to you. Do not invoke the names of other gods. Do not let them be heard on your lips. 3 times a year you are to celebrate a festival to me. Celebrate the feast of unleavened bread. For 7 days eat bread made without yeast, as I commanded you. Do this at the appointed time in the month of Aviv, for in that month you came out of Egypt. No one is to appear before me empty-handed. Celebrate the feast of harvest with the first fruits of the crops you sow in your field. Celebrate the feast of ingathering at the end of the year, when you gather in your crops from the field. 3 times a year all the men are to appear before the sovereign Lord. Do not offer the blood of a sacrifice to me along with anything containing yeast. The fat of my festival offerings must not be kept until morning. Bring the best of the first fruits of your soil to the house of the Lord your God. Do not cook a young goat in his mother's milk. In this section we have several different laws. One is to help people. Don't be unfair in judging them, whether it's a poor person or a rich person. Tell the truth. Do what is righteous in every case. Do not accept a bribe, because a bribe will color your reaction. And then do not oppress an alien, because again, they are reminded that they were once aliens in Egypt. And then about Sabbath laws. For 6 years they are to plow their fields and plant them and gather the harvest. But in the 7th year, they're not supposed to do anything. They're just supposed to let the land lie there without any work done on it. Now, this is something that they did not seem to adhere to, because in the case of Jeremiah, he mentions that they will be in exile for 70 years, and that is to make up for all of those Sabbath years that they had not observed earlier. And then you're supposed to work for 6 days, but the seventh is to be a Sabbath. It's to be restful, and that will be for both animals and servants. Everyone rests on the seventh day. They are not supposed to invoke the names of other gods, but this is a thorn in their flesh constantly throughout their history. And then the festivals are mentioned, and there are 3 of them. 3 times a year, the men are to appear before the Lord. The 3 feasts that they are supposed to observe would be the first month, which is the Passover month, and then the Feast of Harvest. And then the third one is the Feast of Ingathering at the end of the year. So there are 3 times when they are supposed to appear before God.